So last episode we were talking about Cats, the musical and the live action film during the open. What are your what are your thoughts on that?
Haven't seen it.
What do you know about the live action film?
James Corden.
Exactly what I said. I said to Matthew. I said, "Oh, the James Corden film."
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah, and Matthew knows like characters from the movie and everything.
He likes it.
He said he likes the music.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty legendary. There was a whole back and forth between me and Tony on whether we should keep the intro to be the Cats intro. It felt
Should we
very
do cats? Should we do another one?
Yeah, we can.
Cats.
Awesome. All right. Now, so what Matthew typically does when we come back from the break now, he goes, "Hells yeah, yo! Welcome back to 101 The Goob." Can you fire that one off for me, Matt?
No, I'm not doing that.
Just
I can't. Hells yeah.
No, it's
Welcome
Hells.
back.
No, it's Hells yeah, yeah.
I can't do that.
You please, I'm asking
No.
one time.
No, they patched that.
Matt, I need just one time. Can you for the viewers say
They don't want it.
yeah they do. We'll hit 40 subscribers if you do it.
No, they like it from Matthew. I'm not Matthew.
I
am kinda.
exactly.
Really.
They love it from Matthew, and so they'll like it when you do it. Please, Matt, I'm begging you. We need one to start off the episode.
Why can't you do it?
Because I'm Bailey. I'm further away from Matthew than Matt is.
I guess, but not really.
Yeah, no.
Proximity wise,
Trust me, dude.
you're much closer.
I tried to do Hell's Yeah Yeah 1 week, and then they started a riot and burnt my house down.
I just tried to do it and it
No,
wasn't good.
you didn't even try to do
felt
it.
bad.
You said Hell's Yeah. It's
My
hell.
room's so echoey, so when I start to say stuff, I can hear it bounce off that wall and then bounce off that wall and then one over there.
So if you get it
it's
really
just a little
loud,
too
it'll
much.
sound really good. Just give us
Yeah,
one.
but Hells yeah. That good?
That was really good.
Welcome back to the Goob. Is that the second part?
Yeah. Which
We're
episode
back.
number?
19.
Episode 20.
This is 20?
This
okay,
is
I
20.
missed 19. I
That's
missed
okay.
19.
Well, yeah, you didn't know the Cats part. That's okay.
I missed it. I missed the cats
Hey.
one. I've been busy. The
It's
Goob
alright.
podcast was too funny that I crashed my car. That's what I've been dealing with.
Too funny and informative,
It is very informative,
as well as funny.
especially when I'm here. Not
As-
this week though.
Oh, yeah, we're not talking about anything. But we are on social media. Check us out on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And once again, we have an Instagram, but we're not using it until we're famous. Go ahead and follow us on all of them if you want to help us get famous. Other than that, Matt, you're not Matthew, but that's okay. And how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm moving. As you can see from the very bare walls, if you go back and watch other episodes I'm in, there's a lot more stuff back there. It's all gone.
And from the director's cut, the
And
prison
from the director's
bit.
cut. The prison bit, yeah, if you go back, it's going to be hard to find footage, but it'll be worth a lot one day. You can find where I said, oh, I'm in a prison. But that wasn't a good bit, and I was joking. I'm not in prison.
No, but it's okay. Go ahead.
That's my life. I did crash my car. That's not a joke. That really happened.
You didn't crash your car. Someone else
My car
crashed
got
your
my car got crashed
Yeah.
by someone. Someone in my car. Not Goob related. You're okay to watch Goob and drive. I promise. That's it.
No, you can listen to Goob and Drive. Do not watch Goob and Drive.
Watch Goob right in front of your eyes. It's
No.
good.
No.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking, Matt.
Oh yeah, I didn't ask.
No, you did.
How are you doing?
You asked right before I.
Did I?
Yeah.
Edit that.
I'm doing all right. I'm also moving. We got our place in Philly all lined up. Actually, moving in a couple days. Very, very exciting stuff. I'm gonna be a real real city dweller, real your, your camera's lagging. It's really cracking me up. You nodded really quick there. But other than that, I'm not really up to much. I'm just kind of working, doing my thing, watching some baseball. Gonna watch the rest of this Phil's game after we're done recording here. But while we're talking about what we're gonna do, it's time for the Goob Hotline.
This is going good. This is good today.
This is flowing really well. It's hot in here. This is gonna be a short episode, gang.
It's
gonna
hot.
Be a short episode. 717-803-7302 is the phone number. Matt, run it back for me real quick.
717-083
803
911
7302. Not to be confused with 911. That number that you call when you're in danger. That's it though. All right. So let's see what the Goop Hotline's got in store for us here today.
Yeah, let's see what they're up to.
Let's see if one of our lovely listeners left us a call.
Am I allowed to drink Powerade during the podcast?
Yeah, as long as you're not burping and stuff.
Sponsored by Powerade.
You have one new voice message. New message.
Hey guys, I just wanted your opinions on Tyler Creator's new album, Don't Tap the Glass. I personally really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I love fun. Just wanted to hear what you guys thought about that. And also, another music-related question for you.
Okay.
Could you each give me your top 3 personal favorite albums right now? Doesn't have to be a particular order. I was just curious what 3 of your guys' favorite albums are. Also, I don't know what's happening this season anymore. Needless to say, I am concerned. Luzardo is being blown up, and I'm not okay with it. We're in a shitting our pants contest with the New York Mets to see who can screw up less, and I just don't know how to feel anymore. I know wild card is still on the table, but I'm really concerned, and I was hoping one of you could just ease this tension, and I'm just really worried for the 2025 Phillies. Also, silver lining, I checked FanDuel today, and apparently Zach Wheeler is now a favorite to win the Cy Young. So that's really cool. Big fan of that. He deserves one. Anyway, Goobers, have a good rest of your day. I'll be listening to the pod next Thursday. Bye.
To replay this message, press 1. To delete.
That was awesome.
That was loaded. That was loaded.
So, I'm gonna think on my albums a little bit here. So there might be a bit of a lull for a second, but real quick to talk about the Philadelphia Phillies and being concerned. Your concerns are valid. It's a scary thing to see this team limp post All-Star break. I mean, we did just win 4 of 6 when we're talking about playing 2 solid teams in the Red Sox and the Yankees. But dropping those last games of both series did feel bad in the moment. That being said, saying we're in a shitting our pants contest with the Mets are 7-3 in their last 10, and we're just on a 7-game win streak. They are actually surging right now. We are a game and a half behind them as the division sits right now, with going into a series that we should have won the first game. A little bit of a wall break here. We're recording on Tuesday. We are already fully aware of the outcome of Monday's game where the Phillies got rocked by the White Sox. This is a series that 2 out of 3 is an absolute must, and 3 out of 3 is what you should have done. The thing to look forward to is the fact that we are nearing the trade deadline. I think the Phillies clearly need a serious bat added to this lineup, and the Phillies also clearly need a serious reliever added to this lineup, because both of which are biting us in the ass. When it comes to Luzardo, I believe he was tipping his pitches a little bit against the Red Sox, and once he was really caught out, it was coming from the stretch and with a runner on second base specifically. I watched a video breaking down how Yoshida was doing a very specific secondary lead based off of whether it was going to be a breaking pitch or a fastball coming. It was a much higher hop for a breaking pitch and a lower hop for a fastball. But of course, it's very possible that none of that's actually true, and they were just seeing the ball really well off Luzardo. But it was really the way everyone reacted in the dugout and from those clips leads me to believe that. So that's a very long answer that touches on some of the things we were going to talk about later. To your question. So that was one of the questions. Then it was the Tyler, Don't Tap the Glass. Which, did you get a chance to listen to it yet? You still haven't listened to it?
Regretfully not. I've been busy.
No, I won't give you a hard time. It's 28 minutes.
I've been busy.
It's 28 minutes.
It's been hard to find 28 minutes.
Okay, I understand it. I'm sorry. 3 Fade albums right now. There was one other baseball related thing, no?
It was long. It was a long message.
It was a long message. I don't want to listen through it again. Not for not because I don't want to hear it again, but
I think we covered it.
I think we covered it. Okay, so my thoughts on Tyler, the Creator's Don't Tap the Glass. Matt, if you want to take your headphones off, if I don't want to ruin anything for you.
No, it's okay.
It is a very upbeat album. It's super fun. Kind of a very, very interesting mix of a few sounds. Of course, synths are just synonymous with Tyler now. That being said, there are a couple tracks on the album, like Ring Ring Ring, which is my favorite song on the album, that really takes me back to the synthy progressions of Igor a little bit, which is really, really exciting, but while still being dancey, kind of like I Think, or I'm trying to think of another super dancey song off of Igor, but that's the one that immediately comes to mind. And then there's also just some of him like really going in at certain parts that I really enjoyed. He does the whisper flow again at the end of Sucka Free, which is like the second track on the album. And basically no features besides a few on there. Pharrell as Skateboard on Big Poe was really, really interesting, and he fully produced almost, rather than being featured on one of the songs at the end of the album. Let me double check the name of it before I say something silly. It is Don't Worry Baby, featuring Madison McFerrin. It's really interesting. He's barely present on the track, and it seems like maybe a tip into where he's going to go, because he has been talking so much about what he's going to do after he's done making music recently and how he's not going to be doing it for much longer. And also the marketing was awesome. The whole thing was sick. I've got mine. It came on the day it released, which is pretty sick. Yeah, it rocks. Matt, you got your top 3 albums right now?
That's a tough question.
It is. Maybe just go with three albums that you've been bumping recently. Even they don't have to be definitively your top 3 albums right now.
All right. Igor has been in and out of my rotation for a very long time. Hard to say. I mean, who doesn't love Igor? Igor's,
Exactly.
I'd say, in my top 3. I'm always bumping that.
That's so valid.
Let's go 1 for 1. You go next. You pick one.
Okay. One album I've really been enjoying right now is Towns Van Zandt, which is a self-titled album. The album is called Towns Van Zandt by the individual or band. I don't know. I think it's just an individual named Towns Van Zandt. It's a folk album. There's just quite a few good songs I enjoy off of there. I'll be here in the morning. Fare Thee Well, Miss Carousel, and Waiting Around to Die are my 3 favorite songs on the album. And yeah, it's just really interesting. It's very unique. Came out in 1969, September 1st, that I'm seeing here. I looked up the Spotify page for it because I wanted to be able to talk on it a little bit. And yeah, that's mine. I really enjoy a lot of things by Townes Van Zandt. They also have a song, Poncho and Lefty, that I really enjoyed. Yeah, just really, I've been on a bit of a folk kick, and that's where I landed.
Big, I'd say this summer for me, maybe not so much past few weeks. I've been listening to, past few weeks have been very turbulent. So I haven't been bumping as much music. It's been just a lot of podcasts, really grinding stuff out, you know.
Mhm.
But Seashells,
Oh yeah.
Masayoshi Takanaka.
Oh yeah.
Came out 1976, I think. I mean, that's a just a vibe.
Absolutely.
That's a summer vibe for sure. Bunch of great tracks on there. Couldn't tell you the name of most of them, but listen to that album and just hang out. Go to a beach or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you'll like my next one. I've been spinning the vinyl recently too. Ballads 1, Joji. I feel like I have a phase of this album every year, and it usually is closer to the fall, winterish time. But for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, I'll listen. And then even some of the songs that I feel like aren't top hitters on that song, I feel such a joy going back to. I really, it's not that great. Not that great, but I like. Oh, what? Why am I blanking on it right now? Let me pull it up. I'm an idiot.
How's it go?
See you when I'm 40. Is that the right album?
See You in 40.
See you in 40.
Ballads 1. That song.
I'll see you
that,
in 40.
That song, Ballads 1. That one was one that when I first started listening, I was like, oh, okay. Really grew on me a lot. I find myself going back to that one.
So good, just so good. I absolutely love it. So I'm glad we shared that there. Give me your last one, Matt.
This one has just been so big for me in the past couple months, and it's specifically one song, not an album.
I've got
White Iverson, Post Malone.
Absolutely. I was gonna say I've got just one song I was gonna mention at the end of this. If you want me to fire that off, and then we can both go one more album.
Yeah,
okay.
Fire that off.
The song called "Rhinestone Cowboy" by Glenn Campbell has been nonstop going in my head. I counseled a week of summer camp, and I had control of the Bluetooth speaker in my backpack because it was mine, and all week long we're just marching around to "Rhinestone Cowboy." It was absolutely electric. Do you know that song, Matt?
I do.
It's such a good song, dude. I showed it to Matthew.
Bumps.
We were bonding over it for a week. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I'll fire my album real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
It's up between two for me, which is just two Mac albums, which isn't crazy, but it's between Macadelic and Faces, and I've already talked about how much I love Macadelic on this podcast last episode alone. Faces is so good. I listen to Faces all the time. It's just something I'm always going back to. The opening track Shapes and Colors is unbelievable, and yeah, the whole album's awesome. We talked about it last week as well, because Matthew enjoys the album so much. But Polo Jeans, any of the feature tracks on there are sick. Give me your last one, Matt, and then we'll jump into some Phillies stuff real quick.
Blizzard of Oz, Ozzy Osbourne, considering his recent passing. I grew up, my dad was huge into Ozzy Osbourne, like thinks he's like the best front man of all time for any band. So
Fair.
A lot of those songs, like Ozzy's personal stuff, it's like nostalgic for me. So obviously with his passing, I went back and listened to a few. So that's been in, I wouldn't say that's like a top album for me, but it's been in my rotation in the past couple weeks.
Valid. Yeah, we love talking about music. No matter who's on this podcast, I think all four of us that have been on now all will gladly talk your ear off about music. And so if that's something you want to hear more of, we will absolutely continue to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to jump into some breaking news we had yesterday. I guess not yesterday. I think it was... No, it was Monday. Not yesterday, Monday, because this comes out on Thursday. Bryce Harper reportedly got in Rob Manfred, the commissioner's face, when Manfred brought up the salary cap. Bryce Harper got in his face and told him to get the fuck out of this clubhouse if he's going to be speaking on that topic. Yeah, and Bryce was not the only one to make comments about it. Nick has made very public comments about it, and it's more about others than themselves for the most part, because Bryce has already gotten his paycheck. Nick has already gotten his paycheck. It's cool to see them talking about it. Yeah, what do you think about Bryce getting in Rob Manfred's face?
Good for him. If anyone could get in the commissioner's face, it would be Bryce Harper. That's all I could say about it. In terms of the conversation about a salary cap, I think a salary floor might be a better option, so teams can actually be competitive and pay people league minimum and stuff, and start to put better teams on the field in general across the league. Because, well, I mean, I like to see some teams just get rocked every week. Rocked.
That's a hint.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see teams actually be competitive. You want to see good baseball across the board, but I don't think a salary cap is a good idea. I know you have stronger opinions about it.
No, it's right along the lines that you're going with right there. Is with the way the revenue sharing works, these teams that are just built to do the bare minimum but get paid out millions and millions of dollars and just run a fund to go into these billionaires' pockets, I'm not a fan of it, to be completely honest. I'd rather, considering how many tax breaks they get from city governments and everything like that, in order to subsidize their stadiums, in order to subsidize their transportation to and from the stadium, I think that it's at least in the moral obligation to try your best to win. And having these teams that pay their players a lot, while yeah, it can get frustrating, and I know that can seem rich coming from a Phillies fan who have a very high payroll, I understand that, but we're not the Yankees, we're not the Dodgers, we're not the Mets. And the way I think I can most tell you that the salary cap is not a problem is that right now I feel that we're on very even playing fields between the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, and the Brewers. I think all four of those teams could win the National League this year, and the Brewers have one of the lowest payrolls in baseball.
Yeah.
But they are still above the bottom feeders of the MLB, the like in payroll. Yeah, I just think that a salary cap would not increase parity across the league. I think it would just make it so that the top paying teams can't pay as much, but that's it.
Yeah, I think that if they're willing to spend the money.
Real quick, I'm so sorry. Your camera is frozen again.
I know. Tony, edit that. I don't know why it keeps freezing. Something good. I need to update my drivers.
I'm sorry.
Salary cap.
Yeah.
I think that teams should be able to spend as much money as they want. If they want to pay a Juan Soto $800 million to play there for the rest of his life, sure. I feel like teams should be able to pay for the career players that they want for their team, but I feel like capping it people spending too much money is not the issue.
No.
People spending no money is the issue.
I agree, and I think
there's no reason for the commissioner to want to the teams that don't want to compete don't want to compete because they want to put money in their pocket.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just saying that I think banning or having more limitations on the amount of money that could be deferred is a good thing. I don't like Shohei Ohtani's $800 million contract that's deferred and only getting paid $2 million a year. I'm not a fan of that. and I think that is problematic. But I do think that there's a place for deferments. I think maybe the minute maximum could be like 20% of the contract or something along those lines. Salary cap is stupid, and if you're going to get rid of something, get rid of deferments. Make these teams that actually have to pay these people actually have to pay these people on the salary cap that they're currently building right now.
I agree.
I don't think that's a crazy take by any means. It's getting really hot, so I'm going to bang through these couple things real quick, and then we'll get into the meat of the episode today, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir Anthony Dominguez was traded from the Orioles to the Blue Jays. I really wanted Sir Anthony Dominguez. I'm really upset about this. Phillies, do something. The trade talks between the Phillies and the Guardians are rather serious regarding Stephen Kwan. That type of bat would be really, really awesome. And same thing with the Phillies' conversations with Eugenio Suarez with the Diamondbacks. Either one would be really interesting pickups. Suarez is a more interesting one just considering the fact that he is a third baseman and we have an Alec Boehm. So that means either Alec Boehm would be sent over or we'd be doing some fun stuff where Bryce did already confirm that he's willing to go back to the outfield. We could possibly see Suarez at third, Boehm at first, Bryce back in the corner outfield. I would love either of those moves, Stephen Kwan or Gino Suarez. Make them a Philly. We need bats. And I wouldn't mind Bednar or any of those other cheap relievers possibly that could fit in and won't cost a crazy amount. Did you see Klose got put on leave for gambling?
I did. You think is there real meat to that? Is that based in truth?
Some of the statistics were not looking good on his end. There was an outlier amount of bets made on a specific pitch and his first pitch
being really non-competitive.
Being very non-competitive. Yeah, really interesting stuff. That being said, Phillies took 2 of 3 from the Red Sox, 2 of 3 from the Yankees. Yankees defense looked really bad.
As they tend to.
Yeah, Ryan McMahon had a great play. That trade seems decent to me. Red Sox, we talked about the tip pitching, the pitch tipping. Tip pitching. All right. Back on track here. Chris Sanchez had a crazy game against the Red Sox. That was really awesome to see. Not an all-star. Let's get into the meat of the episode, Matt. It's hot out here. How long we been recording for? 30 minutes? That's almost long enough. We're doing this shit in like 10 minutes. I'm cooking. I wish you could see how wet I am.
Yeah. I just add one thing?
Yeah, please.
Hypothetical trade rumblings I've seen proposed from the Padres to the Red Sox. Dylan Cease and Ethan Salas for Jarren Duran, and the Red Sox said, no.
That's crazy.
We're not giving you Duran. We're not giving you Jarren. So it looks like Duran's going to be here to stay, which is interesting. I guess maybe we're just going to end up with 15 guys in the outfield. And that's where it's looking.
Cease would have been an amazing addition to that team.
Yeah, it's really, you look and you're like, Red Sox lost this game, won this one. Coincidentally, it's a game that Crochet's pitching. They win a lot of games that Crochet pitches. Other than that, the starting rotation is inconsistent at best.
Yeah.
And Connor Wong would do better in a high school league. That's all I got.
That's valid. That's very valid. And you're heard. And you are heard, I promise. Let me go ahead and switch the screen here. Whoa, magic movie editing right there. We're going to go ahead and be doing a tier list. You already know that. That's the title.
Tier list. Yeah, that's the title.
Yeah, of current day contenders in the Major League. We have it ranked from World Series contender to could go on a run, playoff hopefuls, we tried, we didn't try, and the Rockies. We'll just start off at the top of this. It looks like it goes in... No, it doesn't go in alphabetical order. I just saw the 2 A's at the beginning of there. But I see... Oh, maybe it's the location. Never mind.
It does seem to be like that.
Yeah, okay. It is alphabetical, as theorized. And first, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think we were talking about. So we'll go back and forth with taking point on this. Is that okay? So I'll
Yeah.
take Diamondbacks, you go Braves, and then we can fight if we want to fight.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks, I'm going to say, are the bottom of we tried, and I'm ready to move them to we didn't try. They did put together a very good offense, but they didn't put together anything on in their bullpen. They are selling at the deadline, which is the best thing they could possibly do. If they were to not sell because they went on a bit of a hot streak there for a minute, that would be a huge mistake on their part. Trade Gino to the Phillies. Go Snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
I would agree.
Okay.
Atlanta Braves. Did they try?
No.
I'm kind of feeling we didn't try. They didn't try.
Completely agree. 45 and 60. Sorry.
Yeah, I did. I pulled it up just so I could see all the. Yeah, second to last in the NL East, only followed by the Nationals, and only a game below them, right?
5 games behind the Marlins.
That's tough. The Braves have been competitive, but I'm sure for all the Philly fan out there, you love to see the Braves suck.
You love to see the Braves suck when they're healthy too. It sucks when last season it was like, oh, Strider goes down, Acuna goes down, Olsen wasn't fully there. That's not the type of stuff you want to see. I want to see the best team possible not be good at baseball. It's ideal. It's awesome.
It is ideal.
This next team is pushing Rockies territory.
They are pushing Rockies. I was thinking Rockies.
I think the Orioles deserve to be in the Rockies category here. They are 49 and 58. I guess only 1 game behind the Atlanta Braves, which is crazy to think about. This young core just never took the step that it was supposed to, besides Gunnar Henderson, who's having a down season for sure. Adley is not a real piece, it doesn't seem.
Not present. Jackson Holiday, not present.
But Jackson's still young. I'll give Jackson some more time.
Their starting rotation's horrendous.
Awful.
And their bullpen is not great, and they lost Dominguez, which is even worse for them.
And Bautista's down for a bit with the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
They're
kind of in shambles. Sorry, Orioles fans.
You're the Rockies.
I don't know any Orioles fans, so it doesn't matter to me.
And if you did, they were all lame. We didn't like them.
Yeah, they don't like Bryce Harper.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. If the Phillies won that, I was at the game, the extra innings game. I had a thing where I was gonna post just like the Phillies winning, and then it was gonna be I owe everything good in my life to Bryce Harper and everything bad to Taijuan Walker, and I'm still gonna use that one day, but just shooting my shot. I am going to rank the Boston Red Sox in playoff hopefuls.
They're still vying for a wild card spot.
I think if they made the right moves at the deadline, they could absolutely could go on a run if they were to make the right additions to their pitching, and possibly another bat. I don't think they need another bat, though. I think they have a very good lineup. It torches lefties, which you see a lot of in the playoffs, and it's a weak American League. I mean,
it is.
I thought the Tigers were going to be really, really special, and they seem to be falling off a bit. And we'll get to a lot of them. But I think with the right moves at the deadline, which I'm not confident in Breslow to make.
No. They're in a spot that it could work out for them. I mean, a lot of guys have had crazy, insane breakout seasons. Wilyer Abreu, Rafaela, Carlos Narvaez. A lot of guys who haven't really had any real time, any real big seasons, or they're having their seasons.
I love Wilyer. Wilyer Abreu might be my favorite player on that team. I feel like it changes a lot, but Wilyer is awesome. Besides Crochet. You got the next team here.
The Chicago Cubs. I mean, I think they're probably World Series contenders.
Absolutely.
They're strong.
Very.
I mean, that's kind of just it. They're one game behind the Brewers right now. But they've been winning, and that's good for trying to win the World Series, winning games.
I agree. I think their outfield is one of the most dynamic outfields in the league, with PCA at center, Kyle Tucker out and right, and then they do rotate a little bit, but mostly Ian Happ playing left. I think those three are just an insane combo to have on your team, and Kyle Tucker is playing himself into a gigantic contract this offseason, as he already was lined up for. But it's good to see him bounce back from the injury last year and really just be able to come back and be fully himself. Sorry. Then, yeah, their starting pitching isn't great, but they have some decent relievers. It is what it is. We have the Chicago White Sox. So this is a tough one, because if you're going to actually base it on their performance, we might need another tier. We might need one that's not the Rockies, because the Rockies are like a different level of bad.
And the Orioles are also Rockies level of bad.
I'm gonna add a row in between these two. You following?
Between didn't try and Rockies?
No, between we tried and we didn't try.
Okay.
It's going to be we tried but still suck. And I'm going to put the Braves in that category. And I'm going to move the Orioles up to we didn't try just for right now, but they're at the bottom of we didn't try, because they did not try to do anything with that pitching rotation.
No, they just took it and got shelled.
Completely agree. And that's why I think White Sox fit quite well right above the Orioles, and we didn't try. They still didn't try to put together a real team. They do have some real prospects coming up. Lou Robb has come online over the past couple weeks. Maybe he's just screaming to come to Philadelphia, though. You never know.
I think he is.
There's some real stuff there with some of those pitchers, and Colson Montgomery's the real deal. I will say that much. And let me throw it over to you with the Reds.
The Reds. I'm
tough
feeling
one.
like we tried.
I can get behind.
I feel like they're kind of middle of the pack. I think they're dead middle of the NL Central. Positive record. You love to see it. I don't feel too strongly about them making any sort of run or being really playoff hopeful, but they tried for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're 2 games out from the wild card spot, which is San Diego, and that's just it's a tough team. That's a good team right there. I think it's possible that they are. Yeah, no, I agree. Playoff hopeful, I think, defines it. They hope
Ellie
they
De
can
La
get
Cruz
there.
is a stud.
Good at
He's a
baseball.
stud.
Good at baseball. Cleveland Guardians. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in we tried. I don't think they really have a chance at making the playoffs this year, considering how tough their division is. But they're a good team. Maybe they're playoff hopeful.
I don't think so.
No, they're
tried.
4 games out, and their team just isn't good enough. So I think they're closer to the top end of we tried.
They did try.
And you've got a tough one here.
Colorado Rockies. I'm probably gonna have to put them in Rockies tier.
I'd have to agree. 28 and 78.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if they were trying to see if they could do worse than the White Sox last season, they're making a good run at it. Other than that, in terms of playing baseball, not so much.
The whole baseball aspect does seem to be a little bit lost on them. What I've got next here is the Detroit Tigers, though, and I'm going to put them right there in World Series contender, right next to the Cubs. I think they're the same tier of World Series contender that the Cubs are. I think the lineup is good. I think the pitching with Skubal is absolutely insane, and he can win you a playoff game every start. Obviously, there are outliers, and he won't always be amazing, but Skubal is that good regardless. And you've got a fun one here, kind of a bit
Houston
of an
Astros.
unexpected one.
I don't know if they're quite World Series contenders. What do you think? World Series contenders or playoff hopeful? They're up there.
You're missing one in between.
I forget what the one in between is.
Could go on a run.
They could go on a run.
They could absolutely
That's where I'm at.
go on a run.
They could go on a run. That's where I'm at.
I'm gonna bump the Red Sox above the Reds real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Red Sox are the top of playoff hopefuls for me, I think.
I hope so. I'm playoff hopeful for them.
Good. The Astros still have a nasty bullpen. Unfortunately, they're getting bit by the injury bug a little bit, but I think if things balance out okay, they could definitely go on a run. That leaves me with the Kansas City Royals, and I'm gonna put them. In. We tried, but we still suck. No, I'm gonna put them in. We tried above the Diamondbacks. That's where I'm gonna put them. They tried. Bobby Witt. You got the next one.
The Angels.
Bit of a surprise this year.
Did they try?
They tried.
Mike Trout tried.
Mike Trout. What's his face? Finally broke out. Joe Adell.
He's been having a good season.
Reed Detmers has been one of the best relievers in baseball this season. Kenley Jansen. Sorry, shouldn't have mentioned that.
Not Kenley Jansen.
He's been good this year.
He didn't try.
He didn't good try this year.
Yeah, well, he didn't try on the Red Sox, so he can go. So.
Where are the Angels at, Matt?
We tried.
Right.
I don't know quite who we have in there.
I've got Cleveland, Kansas City, Arizona, Angels. I think they go right after Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
After that, I've got the lowly Los Angeles Dodgers. I think I'm just going to put them right in the Rockies category.
Probably.
I'm going to put them at the top of World Series contender. They've been struggling a little bit recently.
Mookie's been having an off season.
Yeah, he has, but I'm also very convinced that the second the playoffs start, that they're just going to turn into a different team. And it's
good.
They're so good is the problem.
They're just good. They're just good.
Stupid good. And they're going to be good. And they're going to probably win the World Series. And that's okay. But you've got the Marlins.
Yeah, they're probably going to win.
Another surprise this season.
I'd say they tried.
I'm gonna put
the fact that they ended up higher in the NL East than they should have, in my opinion.
Exactly.
The Braves losing so much is them not trying, but that's the Marlins. They said, okay, we'll take your spot.
If you would have asked me before the season if I would have thought the Nats or the Marlins would have placed higher, I definitely would have told you the Nats. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
I would have told you the Nats.
For sure. The Nats. Wait till we get there.
But that being said, the Milwaukee Brewers, I am going to put them in World Series contender. They are playing a different level of baseball right now. It is unbelievable how good this team is. They are like the antithesis of the Phillies. I think you were on the episode where I was talking about this. They play so fast, and they play such good defense, and it makes me jealous, and they pitch so well, and I want it so badly. You got the Minnesota Twins. It's really hot. I'm sorry. I'm cooking right now, Matt.
All right, Minnesota Twins. We didn't try.
I agree.
No, they tried.
Okay.
They didn't try. They did. It could go. We tried. We didn't try. Honestly, they're kind of in the middle for me.
I'm putting we tried, but still suck.
They did. Yeah, they still suck.
The New York Mets. Do Do you put them in could go on a run, or do you think they're a real World Series contender? How many World Series contenders can there be?
See, that's my thing. That's really like best of the best. I think they could go on a run, but also it's the Mets. They as easy as they could go on a run, they could fall apart in pieces instantly.
Okay. I'm putting
feel like
them
that's-
at the top of could go on a run.
Yeah. That feels right.
The New York Yankees. You get to rank the New York Yankees.
I think they could go on a run.
You don't think they're playoff hopefuls?
Is that above we could go on a run?
No, that's below. I guess they're locked into a playoff spot, I guess.
Yeah, they kind of already. The American League is not competitive. It's the thing. They could go on a run, and they're a few games behind the Blue Jays right now too.
But Aaron Judge just went down with a
That's
UCL
true.
injury. And if there's no Aaron Judge, this Yankees team might as well be the Rockies.
That's kind of true. Their defense is horrendous.
But I'll put them in could go on a run, barring any information we hear about Aaron Judge.
Yeah, we'll go back and we'll amend this list.
I'm gonna put the Oakland A's at the top of we tried but still suck, but not for long is what I'm gonna add there. I think they can be really good. I think my Lancaster boy, Nicholas Kurtz, could be.
Oh my God!
Golly!
6 for 6, 4 home runs. Are you kidding me? The only rookie to ever hit 4 home runs in a game.
Looks like me on
Who is this
beginner
guy?
mode in Road to the Show. Is what it looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
He was mashing. I mean, I have nothing against the A's. I like to see him try.
Ever since Moneyball, I love that team.
Oh my God, Brad Pitt's doing a good job with them.
Brad Pitt's taking care of them. Yeah, good point. Now you've got a real one to rank here, Matt, not Matthew. You're Matt.
Right, Rockies level. Philadelphia Phillies.
I should put them at the Rockies.
Will you be offended if I say it could go on a run?
No, but where in comparison to the Mets?
Above the Mets.
Okay, that's fine then.
I think they have a better chance of going on a real run, but also I don't know, the Phillies after the All-Star break, it just scares me a little.
That's fair, but have you thought about the Phillies pitching?
I've thought about it.
Okay.
Tipping them to the Red Sox.
Yeah, Jesus Lazaro, who's not going to pitch he's not going to start in the playoffs, I can tell you that much. Watch the Chris Sanchez start again. Why don't you watch the Chris Sanchez start again while you're at it, maybe?
Chris Sanchez he's
12 strikeouts.
electric.
12 strikeouts, 9 innings.
Hey,
No,
we
no.
like to swing.
That's
We
it.
like to swing. How else are you going to hit the ball?
I'm going to put the Pirates in we didn't try because they suck and their ownership sucks. And
Paul Skeens tried.
Paul Skeens
He tried hard.
Should I add a picture of just Paul Skeens into World Series contender?
Yeah, there needs to be a different tier called Paul Skeens tried because, man, he is just dead in the water on that team.
It is very unfortunate what he's going through right now. He only got like 4 more years of it. I'm rooting for him, though.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks for Paul. Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, Paul. We got the Padres.
Where are they at?
They're in the playoff picture at the moment.
Yeah,
3rd team in the wild card.
playoff hopeful.
Playoff hopeful. You think Cincinnati? I mean, I think if we put Cincinnati in playoff hopeful, we have to match that with San Diego being in there.
Yeah,
I agree.
they're playoff hopeful.
And now we have the newly outfitted San Francisco Giants. I think I'm going to put them in we tried. I think they're 4 games out from behind the Padres right now, and their starting pitching's falling apart. They had a plethora to start this season with, but Justin Verlander obviously has not been working out, and Logan Webb can't start every game for you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Verlander. He's old.
Yeah, he should have just hung it up after last season. He should have hung it up after he won the
Yeah.
World Series with the Astros, to be completely honest with you.
You just don't like to see the guys that have been in the league forever, and then it's kind of sad when they start to fall off.
I felt that way with everyone but Adam Wainwright. Watching him struggle to get to whatever milestone he wanted to get to, it brought joy to me, and I don't know why. I don't dislike Wainwright that much, I don't think. But something about it had me had me kicking my feet. You got the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, and about the Giants, they have
sorry.
they have a stud at first base, so they'll be good.
Absolute defensive weapon at first base.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Mariners.
If we're doing a logo tier list, where does this go?
I mean,
it's such a good
it's
logo.
It's pretty up there. It's pretty up there. I'd say playoff hopefuls.
I agree.
I like the Mariners. I think they got a good crew there.
I mean, they're a game up on Texas, who is the odd team out in the American League playoffs right now. And with that pitching, I think they could go on a run, but I do think their offense is a little bit lacking besides the MVP, Mr. Raleigh, Mr. Dumper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He's absurd.
put the St. Louis Cardinals kind of right in the middle of we tried, right around the Kansas City mark, I think.
That's fair.
They're not gonna make the playoffs this year. They're 3.5 games out. They just don't excel at anything. It feels like their hitting is okay, their pitching is okay. They're gonna sell at the deadline. I have to guess. Helsley's probably gonna be going to a team. I don't know where, but by the time you're hearing this, you might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rays. Tampa Rays.
Still in the thick of it.
Yeah, they are. They are still in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'd say we tried.
I'm down for that. I think they're right around. I think they're about the Giants level.
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the Rangers at the bottom of we tried, but we still suck. They have been surging recently, and they're half a game out from the wild card. But that's also just given how weak the AL is. I know it seems very contradictory to agree with the Tampa Bay being higher, and we tried. The Rangers have had such a frustrating season that even if they are going to make it to the playoffs, I do not see them making any sort of significant impact. But I don't think they're even really playoff hopefuls. I do not believe in this current 8-2 stretch that they're on in their last 10 at all. But speaking of hot stretches, maybe the hottest team in the league right now, your
Blue Jays.
Toronto Blue Jays. What do you think, Matt?
I'm hesitant to say World Series contenders.
I agree.
But because they just kind of have been hot recently, but they are winning a lot of games.
Absolutely.
I would say we could go on a run, right? Behind the Phils, I would put them. We could go on a run.
I like that. That's a great spot, I think. Their role players have been really excellent for them. Their 7 through 9 hitters have like some of the highest OPSs in baseball. And when your team does that, you win games. That's the rules. And our last team here are the Washington Nationals. I don't know if they tried.
I don't know if they tried.
But I also don't know if they didn't try. They have some good young prospects in James Wood and CJ Abrams. I'm going to put them at the top if we didn't try. The reason for that is because they didn't try anything besides the Juan Soto trade, which has worked out quite well for them. CJ Abrams is still a defensive liability, but James Wood rocks. Mackenzie Gore is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the list, gang. That's the definitive list. And I know rushed podcasting makes for good podcasting, but it's hot. Call into the Goop hotline if you really feel a type of way about what we said. And if you want to cancel us, you can cancel Matt. See, usually Matthew does the rambling, but I don't know what to do because I'm supposed to also say thanks for listening. So can you say thanks for listening and stuff like that? Once I'm like really getting into a groove of rambling, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
What?
So next time you're listening to 101 The Goop, just make sure you take a seat, sit back, eat some popcorn, lay down, act like you're at the game, why don't you? The Phillies game, that is. Okay. So now, Matt, that's usually when you start going, and thank you for listening, and tune in next week.
Thank you for listening to 101 The Goop. Tune in next week for another episode. Check out the socials. We're on TikTok.
Thanks.
We're on Instagram, but not really.
We are, but we're not going to post there until we're famous.
So go make us famous.
Famous.